everybody. We are back with another video. We in the building today. I'm Kiki, and we got no one and only
the Principal Koima.
Principal Koima. We are here today. We got a special guest in the building today, representing Epic Saga Productions. He is an A&R. We like to introduce him. Everybody say hello to him. Everybody say hello.
What's good? What's good?
Welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. It's an honor. Really.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. We are so grateful to have you. We're, so we're just going to go ahead and start getting into what we have for you today. We want to, let the people know who you are.
Let's do it. Let's get it. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's see what you got.
Okay, so let's just do a little bit of background about you two here. Let's just start off like that.
Well, it's been quite some time working with Squeak. I can get into the nitty gritty and details and keep you entertained on the edge of your seats for the next hour or so. But man, we go way back, and for me, it's all about authenticity. And when you meet a guy like Squeaky Stallone, from the first second you meet him, it's a real guy. There's something about him. And if you've ever had a chance to see him perform live, it's really unlike any other. I would love to put this guy on, a host of 50,000 people sharing that energy. I know he has music that can really lift you that way. I still believe that. And so, to get him on that level, it takes a certain amount of resources, and you got to leverage the relationships you have with people in the industry. But needless to say, Squeak, you want to chime in? Tell me what your thoughts are.
Yeah.
On the real, like I said, from the first time we met, and of course we got to throw in who introduced us. You feel me? Of the big bro, Big D Crazy. Shout out to Big D Crazy. You feel me? So
absolutely.
When he introduced us, and me and you met and started doing shit, I was like, solid. You feel me? Solid. Two solids. You feel me? Two solids linking up, making business happen. Like, man, you put me on. And of course, we got to give a shout out to Rich Life. You feel me? We got to keep it real with Rich Life. You feel me? Because, feel me? So with me, you, and Rich Life, man, we was going, man. You feel me? And then all the shit that you do, because you, like she said, you the man behind the scenes.
Right.
If only time they see you is at a video shoot, if you make it, or at a show. And then sometimes you like to be in the crowd watching. You get what I'm saying? Watching what you invested in, watching what you feel me? All that type of shit. So I already know, man, I salute you, man. Like we've been riding together, and we're gonna stay riding together. You feel me? You hit me up all the time. We just waiting on the work to come. You feel me? We ain't stopped. We still going.
I mean, you and I have our conversations offline. We know what we're doing. We know what our challenges are, obstacles. But I understand you have some questions for me, and I'm ready for you to fire away.
Yes, I do. All right, let's go. We got a little bit of background about you too, so I'm getting ready to go ahead and get right into it. Yes, sir.
Let's do this.
So I would like to know, the people would like to know, how do you approach new talent? How do you do that?
So, when you're approaching somebody, that there's going to be layers of contacts before you actually get to sit down with this person and give him an elevator pitch. So for me, you can't come from an approach of down low as a fan saying, hey man, you want to link up. That's not going to happen. That's like asking a girl out on a date. It's too forward, So for me, I like to come from where I come from is up above. It's a higher representation to let you know, hey, I'm not fucking around. I mean business.
Okay.
If you want to make some money with me, here's some hoops you have to fucking jump through. If you're not willing to go through those hoops, don't blame me. And Squeak and I know that it comes down to sales, So, as a fan, there's certain tools available to the public that you can research and find out how much buzz artists really have and how much money you can generate on return. Squeak, hands down, has been able to support
Okay.
himself for these several years himself. He doesn't need no major record label. It would be fucking nice, but
Mhm.
it's
Right.
he's his own manager. I'm A&R. That's the relationship we have.
Right.
It works. So he's in control of his portfolio. And I think that's what works for us. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I approach
Right.
every artist the same way. Hey, I mean business, and some people don't want to play. So fuck it, you know?
So how do you work with artists to achieve their goals? Like, do you sit down with them in the beginning, like say, hey, this is what we're gonna do, or do the artist let you know, like, hey, this is what I want to do? Like, how does that go? How does that start?
So most artists already know nowadays the fundamentals of how to enter the business. You have a platform, streams, blah blah blah. You got to go up to shows. It's the same process, rinse and repeat. But you can't really tell an artist how to be an artist, how to paint, how to produce their music. You got to
Right.
really unleash them in a certain way. Now, I'm unbiased. I don't have I'm not I don't care what flag you're repping, whatever. I know good music when I know. And it's
Right.
difficult to tell an artist, "Hey man, this song that only took you 5 minutes to do is going to perform way fucking better than those 20 hours you spent on this one little song." You know? And those conversations, those fierce conversations, is what separates me from a part. Squeak, why the fuck would he listen to a guy like me? But when you sit down and go into the artistry behind it, the proof is in the pudding. So he understands it.
Right.
He mentioned a couple of names before, management wise, that understood it, but to really um, you know, blossom an artist, you run into roadblocks
Mhm.
very quick, from money in the bank
Yeah.
to, oh, this guy wants to do this kind of project first, or this producer's not ready to release this beat yet. It's always some fuckery. There's always
Right.
something involved.
Hmm.
And it's like a project. So for us, Squeak and I have a really great communication pattern. Um,
So
and needless to say, I mean, what else you got? I mean, I can go down, any avenue here for him. What would you like?
Right. Would you like to hit on that, Becky?
this is my guy right here. I'm trying to tell you, just like you said, man, there's hoops in this shit. You feel me?
Right.
You're gonna run into a lot of roadblocks, and believe it. Me and him ran into a gang of crashes. We ain't crashed out, but we
Right.
ran into some crashes to where
Uh-huh.
we had to fix the car and keep going. You feel me?
Right. Right.
Ridiculous. Yeah. And
So
and and
so how
speaking of
do
that, yeah. Go ahead.
go ahead.
No,
No, I
please
was gonna
continue.
I was gonna ask you, so how do you deal with and navigate clients that are difficult? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not him. I'm just saying clients in general.
So, I'm glad you asked that, because for
Yeah.
me, I don't really come into this game seeing it as difficulties. Okay. What,
Okay.
if you really know what it takes to be an artist, you got to come out of a shell. You got to be prepared to
Mhm.
face the heat. It's a
Yes.
certain lifestyle that comes with putting your name and your face and your reputation out there, where you either got to really fucking want to do it or not. There's no stage fright
No.
when 200
Yeah.
people are there to fucking pay and watch you perform their favorite song. You better be ready to show
Right.
the fuck out, you know?
Right.
So for me, I know certain artists can play certain things. And so you know, like I said, I don't want to take this farther than it needs to be, but Squeak brings a level of authenticity that I just don't think has really been exposed on a level that we want him to be. And his songs
Correct.
are timeless. They're fucking timeless. You wait till one of his songs hits fucking TikTok and it hits 100,000 views and shit. I'm dead ass
Yeah.
serious. It's just,
Yeah.
okay, there's a couple of things, but maybe it's exposure like this that he needs. And I'm telling
Right.
you, any one of his motherfucking songs right now on Apple Music right now, them fucking things are slappers. check it.
Huh.
You know, so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
anything else you
The
have, let
lyrics
me know.
and everything. Mhm. Yeah, I tell him that he's a lyrical genius. You know, he knows how to put lyrics together like I've never seen before. And I do music as well. Like we both do music, but
Oh
this
yeah,
guy right here,
I've oh
yes.
You
yeah.
already know y'all done did some bit. We did some business together. So you feel me?
Oh
So
man, we
we
got
all
some,
know.
you know, and I think you mentioned something about the digital age. I think I'd let you ask a
Yes, I
question,
was
but
ready to ask you that. Yes, I was. Mm-hmm.
well, I wanted to go back and just say is about difficulties, right? So
Right.
you asked me the question about difficulties. And
Mm-hmm.
you can't come into this business and see that, okay, this artist has difficulties because I'm not here to deal with any difficult problems. Okay. You're a good fucking artist. You make good music. Let's put this shit out. Right. Some people get stuck in
Yeah.
a phase of that project. And I'm here to fucking tell you, hey, we got timelines. We got to produce this. I need fucking sales. I need this. I need that. And people forget quite often to do those things. And so,
Right.
difficulties is all in the artist. If they don't want to perform, they don't want to get up, they don't want to do the fucking work, that's not my motherfucking fault. Hey, I we get profit share together. So it's in our best interest that your fucking project performs well. So Squeak,
Right.
like I mentioned to you, he hasn't even hit a fucking road tour yet. Oh my fucking goodness. We there are
Right.
so many areas now, even, assuming he's in good shape, there's no reason why he can't do a world fucking tour today now,
Right.
so
Right.
difficulties with artists depends on how much they're willing to produce in little bit of time. Okay. And if they can do that, then
Yes.
I don't really see any difficulties, quite honest. Other than that, would probably be, uh, outside of my control would be affiliations, organizations, because for me,
Right.
I have a music for people that might be sworn ops enemies against, one click to another, and they're fucking 5 miles apart. For me, I don't care
Mm-hmm.
about that. I would love to just be able to take this producer and take this artist and fucking mix and match and, this one and this artist and
Mm-hmm.
that one. I I don't see the ties that way. So those are difficult areas for me as well because I was going to put a show together with fucking three different organizations that were sworn ops. They would have killed each other in the fucking parking lot. You know? I'm not ready for that bullshit. So
Right.
difficulties would be shit like that.
Right.
And then
Right.
of course artist budget, you know,
Right.
because I don't need any money up front from to make shit happen for you. Okay, if you got
Right.
it, you got it. We can make money with zero fucking down. I mean, that's well, a lot of people want to fuck you out of your money. For me,
To
I'm like,
know.
hey,
Oh, yeah, that's good to know because a lot of people, a lot of new artists and stuff, they feel like, oh, I gotta have this. I can't have this person helping me. I can't have this person helping me. You know what I'm saying? But there are people out there that really believe in your work and really is ready to just be with you, without anything.
yeah,
So
yeah, oh yeah, like yeah, the first 100,000 you got to chase it.
that's right. That's right. Right.
So, anyhow, I think you mentioned something else.
So
You had a
I
question
was going to
on?
get to the next question here. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so we talked about the difficulty. I would like to know, like, some of the challenges as you being an AR. Like, what are some of the challenges you have faced in the recording business?
Ooh, great question. So, one would be security. Okay. Holy shit.
Okay.
Okay. Another would be communication of who's really fucking in charge. Okay. Um,
Mm, a lot of
permission
cheese.
slips, permission slips, quote unquote, for you to have access and having official access to be able to work with people. um you know
Mm,
they're like
Man.
security guards that need to see your fucking wristband. If you don't got the fucking wristband to work with this artist and blessing from this person, you ain't fucking
Right.
producing that song. You're not making no bread. So shit like that. Another is, You know, undiscovered stuff, like, when an artist really wants to take it to the next level, you know, the sacrifices that they have to do and give
Yes.
up. I can't control that because I'm like, okay, let's go, let's do this, let's do this. And then now, okay, this person can only give me 8 hours a week out of their, okay, so we're
Right.
only doing 8 hours. You can expect to only receive X amount back from what you're willing to put in. So I've worked with several artists, even prior to working with Squeak. During the time, even now, I have accounts with people that I receive residual, and it's everyone's to each their own. Everyone's got their own shit going on, you know. But I
Mhm.
would say that, yeah, that about summarizes it.
All right. So, how do you see your role of an AR changing in this digital age that we live in today?
So that's a great question because it goes beyond just you and I, this conversation, right? We're talking about all artists, all A&R, all companies that are out there. And really anyone wants to know was, what hit record did you put out? Right? Because
Mhm.
that's the source of
Mhm.
your income. If you don't make
Right.
a hot song that fucking produces 20 million units, who the fuck are you? Right? Who the fuck is
Right.
this person? And everyone understands the business, how it works one way or another. You got to fucking sell. You got to make units. You got to stream a shit, millions and millions of fucking views. Be on
Mhm.
everyone's TikTok. Be in the digital age. So when you say how the A&R is going to be impacted by that, well,
Mhm.
I'll give you an example. There are people who don't even do music that produce in the digital age and recycle their music 10, 20, 30,000 times in a fucking day on TikTok off these little
Mhm.
reels. Hello, digital age. That these guys are
Mhm.
competing with people like Michael Jackson, the Beatles, you know, big celebrity names that regular Joe Schmoes who you've never heard of are driving Lamborghinis today
Right.
because
Right.
they're just
Yes, we
streaming
are.
a shitload of fucking music every day.
Mhm.
And that's when it becomes a numbers game. This is where people claim bots and all that bullshit. But real recognizes real, and Google's gotten smart. They have a way to fucking, for every time you press replay, there's all these different tools that they can show, okay,
Mhm.
how much is this person really producing in every given day?
Right.
If you're hot, you're hot. So how it's going to change is adapting. You know, a lot of people are still stuck in the sticks and stone age and never created a TikTok account in
Yeah.
their life. You know,
The
they,
sticks
they,
and
they
stones days.
yeah, they don't know how to fucking use YouTube and shit. They don't know how to fucking create a
Right.
Facebook account or Instagram. So you have to evolve. You're gonna see grandma and grandpa with their phones, doing TikTok accounts and shit like that. You're gonna see more of that as a regular day to day if you haven't sown already. You know, it's the norm. So an artist
Right.
has to be able to have an online image today more so than ever. And that's the bread and butter. Adapting,
All right.
knowing your passwords, not losing your login information. Okay, make sure you don't get fucking hacked and shit. All this fuckery.
Right.
It's cyber
Right.
security. Cyber security
Right.
and shit. So those types of things people take for granted every day. You have to learn to evolve and take to the data era, or digital era, should I say? That's
Yeah.
I mean that's just the surface of it. But yeah, I'll
Right.
say about
Right.
that. You have to learn to adapt.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna end it with this last question. We don't want to keep you too long.
No,
So
I
I would like to
appreciate it.
know
Let's go. Yeah, let's.
what are some of your favorite artists?
You can't ask me
And
that.
a
That's so
follow up and
unfair
a follow up
question.
question. Yeah, and a follow up question is going to be, what are some of your favorite Squeaky Stallone songs? So we want to follow it up with that. Ended up with that.
So I want to actually say, so Squeaky Stallone, he's got music that is still produced under Lil S, and Squeaky Stallone spelled wrong. with an A, okay, and shit all over the fucking globe of his sick ass shit that I don't think people really had a chance to see. So it's not too fair. Some of my favorites would be like it's like BMF. It starts off where it's like coochie tasting like cake mix all night. You know, I mean, it gets fucking dude. The first time I heard that shit, my fucking I have a Benz and a Beamer. I fucking blew the amp listening to this motherfucker song, dude. And I just was like,
Boom.
this is a stupid fucking song. And Big D, he actually is the one who sent me that song. Big D Crazy. He goes, bro, listen to this song. And I didn't have a chance to hear it the second he sent it to me. So when I was driving home that day, I fucking put it in the stereo. I was like, what the fuck is this? You know, I was like, okay. Ben Trina, I want to say
Been
there is
trying.
definitely, I mean, yeah, let me tell you, shout out to Frenchie and whatever fucking
Yeah.
organization he's got going on, because that guy, you want to talk about musical genius, I have to give a shout out to that guy. He him and Squeak, when they get in the lab together, fucking nuclear, dude. It's nuts.
Nuclear.
It's wild what they can produce, and just it's remarkable. I can't even say it. I wish I could fucking sign these motherfuckers, you know, but you know, it's a whole
Convenient.
nother conversation, you know, to have.
Yeah.
And so I would say Ben Trina, BMF. Another one would be All Red. The fucking bass on that
Okay.
production is crazy. 28
Yes.
grams, 28 grams.
Yes.
You know, and there's quite a bit of music that, like I said, I have credits on credits that I can give shout outs to. But you know, today, if I had to give any music a mind, I still love Too Short. Okay, all I fuck with
Okay.
is gangsters and strippers. Okay,
Hey.
love, yeah, yeah, fucking, you know, money maker. You know, today's artist. You know, I gotta give you know, I listen to some of the most interesting music, but you know, Shoreline Mafia is great. You know,
Yeah.
EBK
Okay.
Young Jock is cool. You know, Joe Moses, Ty Dolla Sign is cool. You know, and
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, the list goes on because, you know, from West Coast Legends to Where's in the Trap. I mean, just the other day I was listening to World Trap from shit in Tokyo. I mean, motherfuckers got some sick ass beats from over there, you know, and to have like a Tokyo trap beat, but have this guy fucking spit on it, like
Right.
those are some of the visions that I would love to
Yeah.
see. But you know, we really got to see performance on money and you know, on
Right.
sales and shit like that to be able to do that. And
Right.
well, who else would I would have to say? You know, there's a couple of people that aren't signed, and I'm gonna call it this underground. And I don't know if it ties back into my history, but to kind of wrap this up is I even got into music over the whole thing that there are people out there that are never gonna get a fucking chance to be famous, ever to
Right.
walk that stage, rap, outside of more than their circle of homies who will never give them a like or a share on their fucking social media. It's sad.
Right.
But that's the
Right.
kind of shit
Very
that's
sad.
holding you back that their other friend want to listen to on their way to fucking Vegas and you know, oh shit, this fucking thing slaps and play it back 100 times and shares. Those little sparks of interest could literally make or
Yeah.
break your song, you know? So it kind of jumps
Yeah.
back to your digital question is, are you on top of that? You know, are you making sure that people are sharing your music? And it's really difficult. It takes a lot of time. So I like undiscovered artists and producers. There's a lot of people underground today that if I drop their names on, you know, I don't know if it'll make a difference, but dude, it's crazy how good artists have gotten over the years because of you know
Yeah.
producers and shit. It's not analog no more. I don't have to meet you in the fucking studio at 2 in the morning. Just send me the fucking track in the morning and I'll fucking send it back to you by end of day. You know,
Right.
like that's
Right.
Right.
that's fucking easy money. That's low hanging fruit.
Easy.
You know, ready to go.
Yeah.
So
Clothing
I think
expensive.
yeah, yeah. So you know, I don't want to blabber on here, but if you have any other questions for me, man, just let me know. I'd be happy to help, and I appreciate the opportunity to stop by. Serious, thanks.
Yes, we're so grateful. Yes, thank you so much for stopping by here at the Chop Shop.
You already know,
Yeah, I
man. We
appreciate you.
appreciate you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All righty.
I'm not playing, listen to what I'm saying. Real nigga from the streets, baby, never changing. I'm there for you, be there for me. It's a fair exchange. Yeah, it's a fair exchange.
Get a little money, think you changing on them. If you don't like their pictures, then you hating on them. I could've went the distance, but I'm waiting.